Hey, welcome to SAB Chronicles, aka the COVID Chronicles. We're going to dive deep into the teachings of a few of our CEO Action Pod groups spanning from 2020 all the way to 2024. This series takes us through the fire of COVID to post-COVID, and now who really gives a care about COVID? If you listen to this series, you're going to gain inside knowledge of strategies of the past and strategies of the future. Hold on to your seats as you're about to get a PhD in business. Buckle up and let's get rolling. Hey, are you looking to scale your business from five figures to six figures or six figures to seven figures? If you are, I have the perfect thing for you. What I want you to do today is I want you to go download a book. This book is going to take you through my 3-pillar system. It's 100% free. All you have to do is go to growfast.cash. I say again, go to growfast.cash and you're going to be able to download my free international best-selling book, which is called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. You can take that book. It's going to help you scale your business to the next level. Again, go download it. Be good, be brief, be gone. Growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash. Enjoy.
Right now, my biggest hurdle is development hours that I put towards this, right? So it's really expensive to get the development done. I mean, platforms like this can be extremely expensive to put together. We've white labeled so that we can bootstrap as much as we can. But anybody who's interested in being a part of this, let me know. I mean, I need the development help, whether it's in dollars or actual hours. So let's figure something out.
Yep. I think there's a lot of synergy in here with this.
Yeah. And just so everybody knows, I didn't create this with the plan of usurping everything myself. The reason I built this was to create synergy with everybody in this group, no matter what the service is. I mean, there can be courseware for solar installation. There can be water filtration that goes through here. I mean, these are all just business services. And one thing to note, this is a user segmented platform. So in other words, users will have the ability to buy a seat, log in and utilize this functionality. But we also left open-ended the back-end architecture where it can be sold as an agency model as well, a standalone agency model. So
that's huge right there.
Nice.
Yeah. Because everything, the one thing that a lot of people don't realize at first glance with an agency model is all of these services in the back end are us. So it becomes, if another agency buys this platform, all of those services are provided by us. So you're selling, every time you sell an agency, you sell more exposure to your services. And that's what we went after. So
yeah.
What are your plans or ideas for the pricing structure for this and the rollout for that?
Yes. Now it's gonna be, I mean, there's gonna be rev share based on top, and I mean, to be part of the platform. Pricing, I think, is going to be controlled primarily by who's a part of the platform. There's going to be a subscription page where people have the ability to subscribe in bundles or subscribe by individual service. So yeah, there's still a lot of room. I think CRM, I'm just going to launch for free to start, because the one thing I want users. And then as each silo becomes available, then I think there's a pricing strategy that surrounds that and a bundle strategy that we have to take into account as we launch each one. So it's a complicated question to answer, so I apologize for lack of clarity.
Yeah, no. I guess my big question is, do you see down the road, because where I see this with building my brand, I see like an affiliate. I mean, that's where I'm like, I mean, if I could pass somebody off for their company, I see an affiliate opportunity for myself. So I guess that was really my question. Do you see building that in down the road as
not down the road, out of the gate? If it can't be affiliate related, then it's not going to be as viral. The one, and here's kind of my end goal with this is I would love to build the platform to a percentage level where it's sellable. where it needles HubSpot enough to where they take notice, where Salesforce says, hey, you know what, this gives us leaps and bounds over HubSpot. I would love to reach that point. For the time being, though, that's not my initial goal. Yeah, it's an end goal, but my initial goal is to build it out and garner as many users as I can from a growth model. I think that that's going to require viral components. The viral components are going to be based on affiliate. They're going to be based on service level. They're going to be based on everybody and their mother talking about the platform and how it's so much better than any other platform out there. So,
and if I understood your demonstration correctly, you're going to be rolling out a certain set of chunks first, and then as development continues, you'll be making other features available as
Correct.
It goes on.
Cool. Well, as they become available, because the way I envision it is if a partner comes on board and they silo in a certain service, then those development dollars go to that service and you build out that component of the silo first, right? Because somebody, if they're going to put in development dollars, yeah, there's going to be some overarching piece that goes with it, but those dollars should be focused on, okay, let's get that silo up and running, because the quicker we can get it to market, the quicker it's going to be, or it's going to grow.
That's also a good way to march up your subscription price without causing a revolt to your existing client base.
Exactly. Well, yeah. Robert, well spoken. So which ones do you want?
You already know I'm on board. I'm just trying to figure out which platforms. I saw Google My Business, Instagram, and I'll tell you that Google My Business connectivity, that would be one area I would push, especially in the service-based businesses market, because that's going to be one of the key platforms in 2021 for service-based businesses. It's going to be Google My Business.
I do not disagree. Yeah.
Yep.
So Artie asked a question there
yeah.
for solar companies, and I would assume the answer is yes, because it's an agency
yes.
model, so you could use it. And remind me about that, Artie. We need to talk more about that, because you just sparked my brain on something.
Yeah, well, initially when I started this company with the expansion before you were even involved, the whole thing was build a great mousetrap and then farm it out to other people, right. At a, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, and to further elaborate on that, absolutely this can, and you can even, for a certain nominal fee, we can customize it for different silos, different industries. And I think that would be a huge way to take it out just past even agency. Imagine having an advertising platform that a company can just walk into. So.
Now, Joe, something I was thinking about this earlier. You're tying this into the Facebook Business Manager and Google and the Google Ads platform. You're getting all those multiple business manager platforms tied in where you can see your reporting results right there in your platform, where they don't have to step outside. It pulls it all in.
Well, there's going to be an initial launch, and you got to build the fence, Robert, on which features get included and which not. I mean, there's going to be API functionality. So based on API, I would argue, yeah. I mean, we can absolutely add access to the business manager, and companies. There are many companies who do that already. So if we can do it and get it to market, time frame is going to be the divider between what's included in initial launch and what's on the roadmap down the road.
Well, yeah, and I'm looking at I'm perpetually in long-term vision, so forgive me for that. Now here's one thing that jumps out to me, that if you put this type of feature in, if you can consolidate the reporting from the various ad platforms and put it all into one and extrapolate actionable data out of that, you would kill Salesforce, you would kill HubSpot, you would kill all of these other multifunctional CRM programs. That would, but once again, probably the reason they don't offer that is because of the difficulty in the programming. But being the Frankenstein that you are, I'd imagine you could probably.
Okay, I'll stop you there though, because what difficulty?
All you got to do is pull out your checkbook and support that.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Jason. There's where that percentage comes in.
What are you talking about? He signs his check, Daddy War books. I don't.
No, but in reality, though, the API world has made it so. I don't want to say inexpensive because it's not inexpensive, but like Zapier can tie into so many different things that, I mean, it's not rocket science to be able to do that anymore. And imagine a reporting section where you go into, paid ads, you build out reporting for Google, for Facebook, for all of the above. I agree with you. And it's going to be us working together as we march the silos forward to say, hey, this needs to be included. I'm not looking at this as a one-man show. I'm just not. And it's too big a platform. It's way too big for one person to handle. I get my limitations are, a lab room scientist, et cetera. So as far as features like that go, we throw it on the roadmap. What sticks, what doesn't.
Well, Joel, I'll tell you, I've had a headache since you showed me the system, just thinking about the potential of it. So I couldn't even imagine trying to program it.
Good. Well, I love to hear that. I appreciate that feedback. I really do.
Yeah.
Hey, Joel, do you have a Zapier integration?
We've got REST API right now. Zapier is not hard to build on REST. So
Okay, perfect, cool.
Nice. Awesome. Well, hey, thanks for sharing that for sure.
No, I appreciate all the feedback and thanks for giving me the time to hopefully blow everybody's mind.
Well, we're all going to benefit from that in 2021 for sure. So
that's the goal.
We'll take advantage of it for sure. Artie, you're up, brother.
All right. Hey, everybody. First and foremost, I want to just say that, I got Ed Roderick's on the line here. He, I know Jason had mentioned him earlier, but he's doing a great job. I mean, new to the industry, but not new to, process and procedure. So I'm fortunate to have him, and I just wanted to kind of get that out there. So as far as challenges, it's the same one I had last month and the month before, which means I'm not making too much headway on it. Looking for that golden goose, which is no dealer cost funding for to be able to do remote sales calls, nail down a deal, and get a project funded within, let's say, 24 to 72 hours. So there's got to be something out there. I think it's going to take a lot of grassroots digging, but if we can tap into one of these financial institutions that is not in the space right now as far as renewables, I think we get a better shot at getting a better deal, right? Because some of these other ones, I mean, the only person that's making money on a solar job when they're selling a monthly payment remotely is the bank. I mean, the bank's making more money than anybody, right on the front end too. So, which is kind of crazy. You figure dealer costs between 21 and 27% of a project. It's just nuts. So anyways, so that's what I'm looking for. Thinking about some of the things that happen here on this call tonight, my pivot products, I still haven't really ramped up yet, but as far as like drop shipping and all this other stuff. But, when Virgil was talking, if there's a lot of people in that space, that's why I said, maybe if somebody wanted to drop ship US made only products, talk about like lack of competition, because it's a race to the bottom with those type things, right? So everybody wants to have the cheapest China made products, but so I'm open to suggestions from anybody as to what could be a ship in a box product price point. I've already kind of nailed down what I'm looking at from a off the grid type, basically power in a box or power in a handbag type thing. So, but if you've seen anything or thought of anything out there, I'm open to suggestions. So
let me go back to that first thing. So there's a little more to that whole thing and why that's a problem, the dealer fees. Okay. So the dealer fee piece it's not a problem in Massachusetts home base. Okay. But it's the expansion that we're trying to do across the country where we're running into all these exorbitant fees, right? For that.
Right.
So then we run that up against a marketing plan, and we're outsourcing the job to another company. By the time you run all that up in a marketing plan,
We're upside down.
you're upside down.
Yeah. Yeah. Or yeah, this. Yeah, I probably didn't lay it out the way I should have, but you know, that's certainly the reason. I mean, you know, you can only slice the pie so many times before there's no pie left, right? So, yeah, it's an interesting, you know, it's interesting how some of these companies are doing it, but they're turning and burning their sales teams. They're turning and burning their installers. They're probably leaving a big time, you know, they're leaving waste behind them. You know what I mean? They're just burning the earth behind them. You know what I mean? So, I don't want to do that. I just want to find a solution where we're not just throwing money away. I mean, it doesn't make sense to throw away 20 to 30% of a job just on financing. It just, I can't process that. So.
Hey, Artie, so first, my apologies, because I let you slip completely off the radar, and I have a whole connection list full of financiers. Do me a favor. Send me as detailed of a layout of what you're looking for financing so that I don't send you a bunch of bad bitch connections. Also, are you still looking for installers? Because, you know, I got the HVAC owners group on LinkedIn. We're about 550 deep now. And so I have a community based around HVAC installers that I think, although they're pretty well fed right now, that I think come first, second, third quarter next year, they're going to be pretty hungry.
Yeah. So the model, Robert, like on the expansion. So the way the company's going to go is what I've got going on locally and regionally. Higher margin. It's manageable with just a few people. Okay. So that's going to be my funding source for the expansion of the company. So, you know, that being said, the model going forward is, let's say you said, hey, Artie, I know a guy, they want to do solar. They're really good craftsmen, but their big problem is they can't find clients. They can't sell a job. They can't figure out how to get it financed, things of these sorts, right? So that's where we would come in and deliver them a signed agreement to have them run it through all their permitting and whatever they have. So basically we would give them a deal. Boom. And then in turn, what they would give us would be, the finder's fee, which, you know, will be based upon the financing. That's the big fallback right now. Like Jason was saying, is like, you know, but that piece, this model, it's hard to crash it, you know.
So financiers and installers, are those two silos that you're really looking to fill? Am I right on that?
You know, so Ed's done a great job just making phone calls, you know, because you make 3 phone calls and one guy goes, yeah, man, I could use more business. Let's do that. Right. So then you have a conversation with them, make sure your philosophies match, and then you go from there. So as far as installers go, who wouldn't want more business, right? So, I mean, some do, some don't. But the thing is the conversations that would happen with the financing people. That's
HVAC industry is a little tough at the moment. With a lot of people are running it with they're running an average of 20 to 30% higher than last year's sales. They're running into a lot of labor issues, which were already present prior to even that increased sale level.
Well, I want to get out of the mechanical business, if that makes sense, right? I don't want to be responsible, other than regionally. I don't want to be responsible for nuts, bolts, lifting, and any of that. Okay, because I just don't want to be. I want to have a model that's so perfected that, you know, people are going to call us and say, hey man, I could use some more business. Can you guys give me some contracts? That's what I want.
looking to grow your business beyond 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures plus, what I want you to do is go download this book. The title is called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. It will help you grow your business past 5, 6, and 7 figure. Go download the book today. Growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash, and download the book for absolutely free.
And that's why I'm asking, just because I like I said, I got a 550 person group that just trying to sort through what might be a good fit to even reach out to them to send your way and see if they're interested in that. And then as far as the financing, I've had and forgive me because it's been hectic, but I have quite a significant number of financiers in my circle that are always trying to shoot different types of financing my way, or if I know anybody that might be interested in them. So if you can just kind of send me the specifics, because I don't look at financing. The worst advice I'd give a company is to finance their marketing. I'm funny about that. I don't like people going in the hole to pay me. But send me what you need for financing. And
a lot of our industry,
I have at least 5 or 6 people on my list that will probably fit that.
All right, a lot of our industry, especially like if some of the marketing guys are on here, it's about people to swap. It's an industry comment. They're swapping out their bill, right? They're paying 100 now. They're going to swap it out for 80. Let's do it, right? How long can you put an extra $20 in your pocket per month, right? And people say forever. So, but in order to be able to do that, when you're talking monthly payment, it's got to be a finance deal.
So can I ask a quick question? See if you've already gone down this route. You may have already, but there's net lease companies, right? Have you ever thought of putting the deal out there and then selling it net lease companies?
So here's the problem with that, Joel, is they want you to install. You have to be an install company for that, mm-hmm. right? So, and they set all the parameters. So like for me, as far as the stuff that we do, I want to stay away from that because they inherently, the lease company wants you to use the cheapest stuff out there, and it just builds service calls. So in the short term, it's great because you might get more deals. In the long term, you get a hell of a lot more service calls, right? So I've stayed away from that, like internally. But moving forward with the other model, I just haven't gone down that road. Plus, just so you know, those lease models act real similarly to the financing models. Like Sonova, one of the bigger ones, they're out of Texas. It's a 21% deal. So you got to give up 21% of the contract in order to get their lease deal.
You have to, or person financing it does?
So you got to jack the price up in order to be able to make that work, right?
Yeah, but you're selling a payment now, not a.
Yeah, but in certain markets, unfortunately, once you jack it up, you like, let's say, I don't want to get really deep in the weeds on this, but let's say your average bill is $100 a month. Now it's $125.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's not, if it's negative, you can't do it, right?
Yeah, you can do a little bit over, and you can do a bill swap under the guise of saving the planet and stuff. But other than that, you need a very special. It's a real small niche that wants to pay an extra $50, 50% more, to save the planet. So
I'm not even touching that one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the ones that are willing to pay 50% more generally don't have the money to begin with.
Right.
You got my point.
If you could give me like that a well brushed out avatar as far as the type of HVAC company that you're finding that are most open to this. The reason that I say that is because I have a lot of mechanical engineering and HVAC companies in this group that already have built-in financing within their organization. Now, I don't know whether or not that financing would be translatable to solar. But I'd assume if they have financing set up for a $5,000 AC unit, that it wouldn't be too far of a stretch to get their financer to set up on solar that has a bunch of rebates in it as well.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know, from the banking end, but I'll tell you this from the local banks. I've talked to a couple of them. It's the lowest default rate that they have, which is pretty interesting, right? So
the solar.
Yeah, yeah, but they're not buying deep though. They're not buying deep. They're buying local. So, anyways, I don't want to take up all kinds of time on this. It's the same thing that I'm looking for, and I'm still open for ideas on.
I had a question for you, Artie. And I don't mean to kind of change the subject of what we were talking about, but I've heard you mention a couple times about this shipped solar, portable solar system or unit. Have you had any developments on that, or what are your goals with that?
So the thing is we're going through the winter right now. So like here, as far as the day-to-day grind of just making sure everything gets done appropriately. I'm going to just figure out how to do it in a crate or a box or a bag. And I'm going to I'm going to market it and see where the price point is, where the if it's going to fly, and go from there. Right. So it's pretty easy for me. But I would like to be able to label it somehow and drop ship. But if I can't, maybe I can make a small investment. I'm not a big inventory guy. I just, because now I got to store it, I got to ship it. I really don't want to do it that way. But there is a need in the marketplace for a small system, under $3,000, right?
So what is a 2 or 3 kilowatt cost you, and what would you sell it to consumer for?
Oh, you're talking about, that'd be more of a whole house thing then, or a cabin thing.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Just an off-grid, 1 panel, 2 panel inverter, charge controller.
Like 100 watt or, yeah.
Yeah, no, probably 400 watts, maybe even 500,
What would be your target market for that, Artie?
The prepper.
Campers, hikers.
Right? The prepper,
RVs.
The hiker, the cabin.
So any of the survivalists, that's interesting. That'd be an easy market that'd be an easy audience to tease out.
But the urban, even the urban preppy guy who's got he's got a couple of Craftsman tools, and he thinks he's going to make his beer garden in the backyard, and he's going to go off grid with it. So
that might actually be the first audience to target, because they got a lot of disposable income.
Yeah, and they're
always on some type of bullshit.
They're looking for a project for them and their son or daughter for the weekend. They make a little beer garden in the backyard. They got a solar panel, and they go down the thing and buy a battery, and they have a complete course on how to put it together. We ship them the wires, we ship them all this stuff. They go buy the battery and be done.
I'll tell you, you're sitting on a gold mine as far as a educational product goes, Artie. Because all the focus as far as solar has been concerned thus far has been on the front end installation, sales, that type of thing. There's nobody out here teaching solar companies how to market themselves and how to scale their business. So while you were looking for an educational product that would be easy to put on autopilot and just send sales, while it might not be a huge market, there's still a lot of potential there for that type of educational product if you can add it to your income stream without too much of a production cost.
Yeah, that's the goal. And then, just use the local reputation we have on the company to just, reviews and things of that sort, just to make a little niche. But we don't.
The authority that you know what you're talking about when you're selling a solar business education course.
Yeah, and the book I'm supposed to finish, the first one was supposed to be about that. So.
Are you looking to sell all the parts and then they put it together themselves, or you teach them how to do that, or is it a complete done system shipped out?
It would because every type of mounting system would be different. There would be education on how to do it, just different things, but it would be more of a do-it-yourself, right? And,
Yeah.
with the safety equipment and, all the disclaimers so I wouldn't get sued, but,
Sure.
yeah. But the big thing is not to ship the heavy stuff, which is the battery. Right.
Okay.
So,
I think there's a huge market there, especially in the RV and the tiny home community.
right. Which I've already done cabins. I've already built a electronic. I mean, my pontoon boat's electric. The golf cart. There is a little niche there that I bet you we could get a cash flow of $5-6 grand a month. Just
any video and testimonials
easily
off of those cabins and
could get them
that you've done already.
Yeah, I could get them. Yeah.
So, okay, going back then to the smaller kit and to my first question, what is the cost to the consumer for a small kit?
The sweet spot seems to be under $3,000
for 2 panels and
it could be even less, Joel.
Yeah.
I just know there was a company out there selling a system that I put one together and sold it for, I don't know, with the batteries for like $1,500, and it was a really kick-ass system. But there was another company that sells it out in a nice little box that rolls, where there was a smaller system and was $3,000.
Packaging probably cost more than the components.
Yeah. So, what aside from the solar panels and inverter, what's involved in a kit? Or you don't even need inverters, right?
Well, no, it's one inverter, like a little inverter, because you want to get AC power, right? Plug in your computer, XYZ, whatever. 2 little outlets, a 2,500 watt inverter, a deep cell battery, a panel, a charge controller, and wiring, and boom, away you go. Got to make it pretty.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I got like 6 different target audiences running through my head on.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for that one, Artie. I'm going to be thinking about this shit all night.
I'll tell you, the van thing, there was with the teachers being off, one of the local coaches, she coaches whatever, soccer, and she's a teacher. She says, "Hey, Artie, can you help me rig my van up?" So I got a charge controller, a battery, got her a solar panel. We pulled wires, and she was like, "Oh, this is cool. This is pretty straightforward." So anyhow, it's just,
if you want to go all mad scientist, figuring out how to do it where it can charge a car would probably be the wave of the future on that one.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, just if you're going to charge your, well, I don't even want to go down that road, because it's going to be
first to market.
That's not going to fit in a suitcase unless there's a little nuclear power plant in it.
Oh, now see, there's a USP, right? Got mini nuclear power plant to go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you let me know how acquired.
Nuclear in a bag.
but you guys are in the agencies, man. I'm that's not my not my forte. But if you know of anything or hear of anything that needs a product in that realm, I'm sure I can put something together.
Hey, Matt, Robert, you guys down for jumping in on that? I'm down.
Yeah, I am. Artie, we've moved out here to Colorado because my wife and I live outdoors when we're not working. And we probably have tons of friends. I don't know, a huge handful of people. They got RVs, they got converted vans, they hike. And I've had so many solar conversations in the last couple of years that we've lived out here in Colorado. Colorado is huge. It's super, super huge for all of that kind of stuff. So, and I know that Utah and California and
Washington,
Arizona,
Oregon.
Yeah, there's a huge, I'll tell you
Can
right now.
you say desert? Yeah.
Yeah, especially, Arizona. You're sitting on a gold mine as far as an opportunity there. It's just, how do you package it? Because it's not even a small niche. It's a niche, but it's huge. It's massive, and I think it's growing.
It's only a niche because there hasn't been enough focus on it. It's going to turn into the standard it's going to be the standard. Renewable energy is going to be the standard across the board, period. It's the eventuality. They call them fossil fuels for a reason. So, there's just no way getting around what type of role they're going to play in.
Yeah, there's only a couple of companies out there that really did a play for lack of a better term, a play on the van life type thing, right? So, you know, and what's spawned this is what product can we package with education and to do it yourself, or with somebody who's actually done it. What could we do and do it?
Package it separately.
Right.
Yeah.
And do it out to get it out there in a format that somebody can say, oh, we can do this, you know, that type of thing. That's ultimately we want to do. And it creates revenue so we can fund the other stuff.
And then there's go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joel.
No, after you.
I was going to say, if you start with the educational program, that can actually drive the need on the product side of things, right? That's an easy upsell. Because a lot of people, I think that with this market, whereas usually they want the product and the education, I think with this market, the personality and the psychology that you're dealing with are going to be individuals that prefer to do it themselves. So if you can give them the education to do it themselves, it's going to be easy to wrap them into a product sale.
Well, there's an easy video and informational product there, right? That's just brain dead, simple, and we just throw that on our website and it just sells itself. But I think that there's a lot more opportunity from the actual product space. So I think that, it'd be a way to fund the product development if you start selling the informational. And I think anybody who's an agency here would love to be involved in that, myself included. And then I think there's the multiple niches, or niches, whichever one's correct politically. So you've got RVs, you got vans, you've got cabins, tiny homes. I think that there's multiple silos that we can focus on, and really maybe the only difference is wattage and bracket, right? So once you design something once, then it's done. And I think we can get the bracket stuff probably done pretty straightforward and understand what components go in it. You probably already have that, right?
Yeah, there's different applications. Like, you know, I'm dangerous when I get on my CAD and start, you know, making different things, right? So, but my point is always to make something that can be used in 5 different ways, right? So that's
I would hazard the biggest difference is just going to be the copy and the creative, and everything else will be pretty much plug and play.
Yeah. So, okay. I agree. And I think that there's a huge product here. And I think that even from a sales perspective, Ivan can get in on any type of custom applications. There's a whole avenue for custom applications that you can do, right?
Yeah. I think Ivan's play would be the guy. He says, I want to go to Montana and I want to be totally off grid.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I think,
I want somebody to walk me through the whole thing.
Montana, South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming,
anywhere in the desert.
Yeah,
you could even.
Well, I don't know. The desert's kind of a little bit different than just being off the grid, though, because you got Vegas, you got Arizona. Though they don't have the same type of personality as like the Mojave when you get into the Upper Morongo Basin in California.
I'm not gonna nitpick with you over what type of desert. Okay, let's call it a desert.
Look! You came out with this master every feature offered Frankenstein platform. I got to try to act like I know a little something around.
Well, Artie. You can even. I was thinking you could create a product and partner with these custom van builder companies, right, and even provide the equipment or at some level to them for their installations, or even go in with them in all of the vans that they've built out their customer base that maybe don't have solar, and create a JV dealership, a dealer or partnership there too. And the same thing with the tiny homes. I mean, it's huge. And I know out here in Colorado, I mean, we get more days of sun than Florida does. But the difference is that there's a ton of people out here that are interested in solar, and everybody in Florida, where all the sun is, they don't really care. So it's, you got to, pick
I realize there's definitely hot spots around the country that would be.
Forget the country, really internationally. I think you have some hotter markets internationally. You got Iceland, you got Greenland, you got Norway, you got Australia, you got Canada's got a big solar push right now. So really, I think that the domestic market hasn't caught up to the international market when it comes, just because of the direction of the administration we've been under, right? That's not, while the rest of the world has been pushing towards renewable energy, we've been dealing with administrative guidance that has been dragging its heels towards that direction.
Hey guys,
So
can
really,
I make a recommendation? I don't think that we should probably continue this discussion here in this
Yeah,
format.
let's take it offline another time.
Yeah, I would love to have an offline conversation, and maybe see what we can put together synergy wise. Because I would love to be involved in something like that. I think it's got huge potential, Artie.
Yeah. You guys
Yeah, I agree.
connect on this together and see what you guys can come up with. Ed, do you have anything to add?
Well, that was a pretty good presentation from a guy that's had a number of concussions. I'll tell you that. So, no, it's time to button our chin straps and get after it. And all that input, man, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. David,
He had to bring up the concussions, huh? Jeez.
I think I beat you in that department already.
I guarantee I hold the record on that.
10 years of football and 7 years of jump status.
Hey, we all want to scale our business. Hey, I have the answer for you today to help you do that. If you're looking to scale from 5, 6, even 7 figures and beyond, book called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. I'm going to give it to you for free. All you have to do is type in growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash, and you can download the book for absolutely free. I hope the book helps you this year. Take your business to the next level. Again, go grab the book, growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash. I wish you the best and grow, scale, and win. Thank you for tuning in to the SAB Chronicles, otherwise known as the COVID Chronicles. Hey, we hope you took a lot of great little golden nuggets from this episode. Follow us on social media. Follow us everywhere you can follow us for updates on all of our different series of podcasts, to include this one right here. We hope to see you back as soon as possible. And remember, always, you should always want to grow, scale, and win. We'll see you on the next episode.
There it is. Magnum. Holy moly.
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for!
Dear God.